Good morning, Sun City residents. This is Rusty Bradshaw, and I'm here to give you some highlights from the member director exchange meeting that took place this morning between members and recreation centers of Sun City board members. And most of the meeting was taken up by announcements, and there were a lot fewer people there than I expected for the first one of the fall, but that meant that there were fewer questions, fewer comments from residents, some interesting ones, and I'll get to those in a minute. But first, Board President Tom Foster made a few announcements. First, he talked about the fact that the board is continuing its search for a new general manager. They've contracted with a consulting firm to help them with the recruitment. The board has interviewed 3 candidates already, and they look to do 4 or 5 more interviews this week. And he said there were over 60 who expressed interest in the position. He also said work continues on the master plan, and work on the 2026 budget has gotten underway. And he said that golf input will be a factor in that budget. He also mentioned that the bylaws working group has completed its work, and all of those changes that were made by the group is currently under legal review. You didn't hear that last little part, because my house is right below the flight line for Luke Air Force Base. The bylaws working group has completed its work, and the changes it made is under legal review. And board members are reviewing board policies to see what changes need to be made in those documents. Chris Nettesheim, board vice president, gave a report on the Mountain View project in lieu of one that was to have been made in August. Most of what she said today was what would have been in the August report. She said the program phase is completed, and Tri-Arc officials will be interviewing people who live near Mountain View and others who don't necessarily live near Mountain View. There have been a lot of accessibility issues to the new center, and usage numbers for all centers for all of 2024 and through May of 25 were given to Tri-Arc for their consideration. A further report on the Mountain View project will be presented in a town hall beginning at 5:30 p.m. September 16th at Sundial Center at 14801 North 103rd Avenue. There will be a presentation by Tri-Arc, and there will be a question and answer session following the presentation. Tri-Arc and the board will use all of the input that it has gathered for this project to determine the amenities to be included in Mountain View. Once that has been determined, then they will kick off the design phase. Now, to start off, member comments today. Connie Rickmeyer, who is a former board member, had 3 questions for Board President Tom Foster. One concerned why Board Treasurer Anita Borski is not getting all of the financial documents that she is requesting. Another question was why he has not adjusted his behavior, because there were accusations that he was disrespectful to the female members of the board. And she also questioned the fact, or the alleged fact, that he is making decisions without consulting the rest of the board. Mr. Foster responded by saying that he and Anita Borski have had numerous conversations about the document she's been requesting, and he said that she seems that progress has been made. And he said that he will make sure that she is comfortable with the documents that she's receiving. On the second question, he said he believed he's made some changes in his behavior. And part of the concern, apparently, was that he wasn't referring to the female board members by their position. For instance, Treasurer Anita Borski. He said that he will make a stronger effort to refer to them with their title and make any other behavioral changes that are necessary. On the third question, he said that board member Jim Ruff is always telling him to delegate, and then it comes to a point where Jim Ruff is telling him, okay, stop delegating. He said that he believes in consensus building and that he has not heard from other board members about making decisions without consulting other board members. But he said if they have any concerns about it, he'd hear about it by noon today. A woman also questioned the payment of the PIF and SIF funds, saying that she knows 7 houses on her street were sold in a manner that wasn't traditional and didn't apparently go through title companies, kind of off the books, quote, quote. Kevin McCurdy, the financial director for RCSE, said that they are aware that there are cases where this happens and they're researching ways to correct it. He also said that if they find out about situations like this, they will go after the funds. That pretty much wrapped up the exchange portion. Once that was completed, they had a presentation on the new RCSE website, which is targeted to go live next week. Now, officials from Tallwave said that anything could pop up that could delay that, but they are definitely targeting the 16th next week for the new website to go up. Now, once the new website is live, members will have to go in and log in again to have access to the portal and other areas that are members only. So your previous login isn't going to work. You'll have to log in again. Chris Nettesheim asked that when they do log in to the new website, members use their member number as the username. Now the website, it'll be a little difficult to describe what I saw, but you can watch the video from the exchange meeting and you can see what things will look like. But it will look different. but it will have the same features and more. The activities section will be in motion. You'll see pictures of activities, but they won't be still pictures, they'll be videos. There will also be a section for the centers where you can go and check out each center, and off to the left there'll be a menu where you can select specific areas within that would be contained in all the centers, if you want to do it that way rather than checking out each center and seeing what's there. Then there will be a section for golf, and these sections will be more detailed than the ones that are on the website now. The new website appears to be more detailed in all areas, and it certainly looks a little more user-friendly. Now, down on the footer of the website, down at the bottom, there'll be a place where you can sign up for the newsletters and the email blasts. However, if you're already receiving those, you will not have to sign up again, but you will have to log in to have access to the portal. And that is pretty much it for the website that I can describe. Check out the video and see for yourself. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching.